Back to my YouTube channel. It is 11:30 on Thursday, the 25th, and tomorrow I'm getting a tattoo. And I decided today at about 5 o'clock that the girl I got my first tattoo with, which is this one, had a cancellation tomorrow at 3 p.m. So I messaged her like, "Hi, is this space still available?" She was like, "Yeah, what do you want?" I was like, "This is what I want, right here." So now I'm getting a tattoo tomorrow. It was very, very, very quick, and she's already designed it and showed me the photo right here. I'm shitting myself just because it's on my ankle and it goes onto my foot a wee bit, and I've only ever had this tattoo done, which is on my wrist, so it's very different. I mean, it's thin skin, but there's a lot more bone on my ankle, you know. And I've got to sit longer. I sat for 30 minutes with this. This one I'm definitely gonna have to be sitting longer. So yeah. So when I got my first one, me and my mum went and we got matching tattoos. And the pain level for me is about a 6. Like, it wasn't bad at all, but it's just obviously you don't know what to expect going into it. In fact, the pain level wasn't a 6. Like, the not knowing made me feel like very like anxious about it. And then when I got there, it was like, oh, okay. I have a cat, and to me, it just felt like my cat scratching me over and over in the same place. So if you do this over and over again in the same place, like with a sharp nail or something, that's what it feels like. If I wasn't thinking about it, it didn't bother me, and I was just chatting away with my mum. So when I didn't think about it, it was fine. But yeah, I'm excited, but I'm also a bit nervous as well because I'm going on my own, and I've never went on my own before as well. So, like, I don't know the women that well, but hopefully it's all fine. I might honestly ask her if I can put a headphone in and put music on because that'll distract me. I don't want to be rude, but do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm sure she won't mind. So I thought I'd try and film as much as possible. I don't know how much I'll film. I'm gonna predict now how I think it'll go and how long I think it'll take. Based on how much it cost and based on what I know about this one, I think it should take about an hour, maybe 50 minutes to an hour is the time. I'm gonna say. I'm thinking pain level will be about a 7 out of 10. Compared to this, I think it'll be a bit more painful. I would give this a solid 5, 6 out of 10. I think the pain on my ankle will be 7, 8, depending on like the foot bit. I don't know. So I'm gonna bring them tomorrow and see how it goes with me. Okay, so I'm on my way to get my tattoo. Just having a really simple fit on with leggings, just so it's easier. Very nervous. Don't know what to expect. I'll try to keep updated as much as possible. But yeah. Okay, I'm just home. Here's what it looks like right now. This is what I'm doing on my toes. But this is what we're looking like right now. Okay, so I'm back now. Ignore my face, it's better than there. So I'll talk about the experience. I couldn't film in there because, I'm not gonna lie, once I sat down, I put my bag on a different seat and I wasn't near it, and then she started and I couldn't really move to go get my phone. And I'm really socially awkward, so yeah, it just didn't work like that. I basically sat in silence the entire time. That's how awkward I am. I got in, she said, okay, I'll just print your design off. Can you fill out a form? Obviously, health and safety. And she had to look at my ID, all of that jazz. So she looked at my ID, I filled out the form, and we went to her studio. Like, there's another studio next door to the one I was in, so we went down there. There was a man in that studio getting like a back, I think it was a back or a shoulder piece. It was huge. He'd been in there for hours. He was chatting with like his tattoo artist, and I'm really quiet and awkward, so I was just a bit like, when she was on about placement and stuff and she put it on my leg, I was like, yeah, that's fine, which it was fine. And like size and that, I was like, oh yeah, just, yeah, that size, oh yeah, that size is fine, honestly, it's fine. Like, I was saying that. I mean, I did like the size and I do like the placement, but if I didn't, I wouldn't have said anything. I know I wouldn't have. So that happened. She was like, can you take your shoes off and your sock? I was like, yeah, once you started, I was a bit like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. Just stay still, be fine. Bearing in mind that I had nothing to distract myself, so I had to just sit there. Like, I had no phone, no nothing to distract myself. I was there on my own. So at first I was like, oh my god, but this is fine. This is completely fine. So I was just chilling. The guy next to me, she asked me how I was. I was like, oh, it's fine. It feels quite relaxing, weirdly. And the guy next to me was like, I'm glad you're feeling relaxed. Like, he was clearly in a lot of pain. To be fair, the guy, bless him, he had a huge piece on and they'd been sitting for ages. Oh, it was quite cute. But yeah, so he was like, I'm glad you're relaxed. That was really funny. So I just sat there again, and then she would like check in. I didn't really think it was like pain level 4 or 5, like, to begin with. At the bottom as well, it was on the bit of my foot. Like, I've got a tiny bit that's on my foot, and that was where she started, because you have to start from the bottom up so you don't smudge it. So you have to start like where you're closest to, so you don't smudge the stencil. That's how it works. And so she was like, so she got to like the bone on like the side of my ankle, and I was like, okay, feel it now. And I was just, every time I felt a bit, I was just sitting there like, because I was very like, just sitting there like, and just looking at the walls and stuff. I'm too awkward, but I wasn't sore, so it was fine. Like, it was completely bearable. Like, and I'm like, I don't have like, I don't know. I thought my ring nose piercing, for instance, I thought that was quite sore. It wasn't sore, but like, I wouldn't want it again. I'm not gonna lie, like, I wouldn't. And it was only a second that happened to her, but I'd rather sit through a tattoo again. I've got a weird like pain tolerance. I don't know. It depends what it's for. Like, I have no issue with needles and stuff, but I don't know. I think I've got quite thick cartilage. Anyway, I'm moving on. So she got up to these bits. I was just trying to stay straight. Also, because I was just sitting the entire time trying to concentrate on not moving my leg. But every time she went over like a bit that was really sore, I think she could tell because my foot would twitch. But I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't saying it was sore. I wasn't like unbearably sore. But my foot would basically tell her when it was hurting me more, or like it was really difficult to stay still. Like, I never thought it'd be that difficult. Like, every time it twitched, I was just like, sorry, I'm sorry. Like, you obviously don't mean it, and I'm really trying to stay still. For the most part, I was fine. Like, it was completely fine. I was in there for just over an hour, I think. It was quite a weird but by the end of the hour, once she'd like finished and she started wiping it, I was like, oh my gosh, done, thank god. I was very relieved. I mean, I could have gone longer, but I was so relieved. Like, genuinely, I was so happy about that. I don't know, I was just so awkward. But the whole time I basically sat in silence. But there was music on, like, in general, so it wasn't like we were in a room on our own, just like there was noise, and then there was other people in the room. It wasn't too bad. Like, I really enjoyed the experience, quite frankly. But it was interesting, I'll say that much. It was definitely like more sore than this, but not really. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I only sat like for a short amount of time getting this. Like, the size of that compared to this is different as well. But yeah, once I take the wrap off, I'll do a close-up and show you it properly in like a mirror. But yeah, like, I love it. I'm really happy with it, and it was a very last minute thing. So spontaneous I am. But yeah, like, we're thinking about getting a tattoo and you've come across this video, it's a sign. I had so many, like, that day I was thinking about getting a tattoo. Like, I always know what tattoos I want and stuff in general, but then there were so many signs that day. Like, her appointment got cancelled, and it happened to be the same artist I had the first time I got mine done. And she happened to specialise in like the type of design I want. Like, there was so many, and then it kept coming up like that there were spaces, and then another thing for a tattoo thing kept coming. Like, honestly, there was so many like tattoo related things coming up yesterday, so I was like, I'll just get a tattoo. Bye, why not? I was just saying to my mum yesterday, she was about to go out, and I was like, oh, I'm getting a tattoo tomorrow, by the way. She was like, oh, okay, when did you decide that? I was like, oh, right now. And she's like, okay, sure. Let's see what I say. Okay, so here's my tattoo. This is in like daylight. Don't know if it's easier to see it like this or not.